I'm Todd Heitkamp, the owner of Dakota Angler here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, with this week's 2-minute fishing report. Well, there was plenty of people going out looking for those elusive fish this past holiday weekend, and I wish I could say that a lot of people had good results, but obviously it was all a function of the weather, and the fish didn't always cooperate, to say the least. But guys, we still had some decent success out there, especially on some of the lakes that we'll mention today. One of them is Bitter, up in the northeastern part of the state. A lot of fish are being caught in Bitter. You got to sort quite a bit. A lot of smaller fish, but again, quantities definitely have been a plus at Bitter. Other lakes up in the northeast that produced fish this past holiday weekend include Wabe, Opitz, Reitz, Lynn, Dry Lake by Dry Lake by Clark. Continues to do quite well. Goose, southwest of Watertown, a lot of nicer fish being caught there. Kempeska, Swan, Indian Springs is also doing quite well this past weekend, and then also Blue Dog. Down the southeastern part of the state, the similar story continues down there. Dry Lake by Willow Lake. Oakwood also has been producing fish along with Sinai, and then also Thompson. Thompson over the weekend was pretty slow, but is showing signs of kind of waking back up. Other lakes produced a few walleyes here and there. Madison, Brant, 81 Ponds, also Beaver, and then also Lake Henry. And then some of the other lakes like Twin and then also George have been producing fish, but the bite seems to be late afternoon and evening. What are guys been mainly using? A lot of live bait, obviously, and then also pulling cranks, especially in the Missouri River. Guys that are pulling plugs right now seem to be having the best luck in that 10 to 15 foot range right now. And folks, the crappie bite continues to be affected by the weather, but guys are coming away with a few crappies here and there on lakes that we've talked about in weeks past, such as Thompson, Vermilion, Scott Slough, Pickerel, Reitz, and then also Enemy Swim. Those lakes have been producing crappies anywhere from 10 to 12, 10 to 13 inches, and also I have to mention Brant has been producing a few crappies there. And what have they been using to catch the crappies? Small minnows, small pieces of crawler, also the Shiny Hiney and the Northland Crappie King have been producing some of the best results. And then if you're looking for bluegill, go down to Lake Pahoja in northwest Iowa, and a lot of nice bluegill being caught there from boat as well as from shore, and then also Enemy Swim. The bluegill seem to be taking off up there. And now it's time to take a look at a few photos from this past week. And remember, folks, if you'd like your photo included in next week's version of the 2-minute fishing report, please send it to me. Send it to todd@dakotaangler.com or post it to my Facebook wall. And if I use your photo, your name will be entered into a monthly drawing for a $25 gift certificate. And speaking of that drawing, next week we will draw for the winner for the month of May. And before we end this week's version of the 2-minute fishing report, I want to remind you of a couple of things this week. That the sales that we've had this past weekend have been so successful. We want to continue those sales. We have sales on mimic minnows, Northland mimic minnows. You buy a package of 2 for $2.50. Also Raplas, they're continuing to fly off the shelves as we speak. If you buy 5 Raplas of any sort, you get a free t-shirt. So make sure you stop by the store to take advantage of those sales. Also, if you're planning on any type of trip, whether or not you go to Canada, the Missouri River, or your cabin, or anything like that, and you want to have a half flat, or a full flat of crawlers, or a half pound, or a full pound of leeches, give us a call to reserve your bait today. Call us at 605-336-9132. Well, folks, that's this week's 2-minute fishing report. For Dakota Angler, I'm the owner, Todd Heitkamp, and as we say around here, fish on. We'll see you next time, and again, thanks for watching. I greatly appreciate it.